where your family can be together and future generations can pay their respects. New technology makes truly personalised memorials possible in the Crypt Complex by incorporating your loved one's pictures and favourite music each time you visit. With several crypt options available, visit pinegrovecrem.com.au to arrange a personalised tour of Terra Santa Crypts. Station sponsor.
Are you a business owner or operator working in the Blacktown community? Then the Greater Blacktown Business Chamber is the place you need to be. A not-for-profit organisation that supports businesses through networking, education and growth opportunities. As a voice for the Blacktown business community, the Greater Blacktown Business Chamber will help you get connected, stay informed and build your business profile in Western Sydney. For more information or to become a member, visit the Greater Blacktown Business Chamber website. Sydney Motorsport Park is Sydney's only permanent racetrack and one of only 2 permanent race circuits in Australia that holds an FIA Grade 2 international licence. Sydney Motorsport Park hosts a variety of adrenaline-fueled experiences and events, including regular track days, race meetings and driver training. With 7 different circuits, including a wet skid pan and a challenging off-road course, Sydney Motorsport Park is the destination for the motoring enthusiast. Visit sydneymotorsportpark.com.au to find out more. Station sponsor.
If you're feeling alone or isolated and you're caring for someone with a mental illness, you must reach out. The first step is just reach out through the same forums. It's totally anonymous. You are in a safe environment. You're in an environment which is moderated. You're not the only one out there living it. There are so many of us carers out there.
For online support and connection for people affected by mental illness, visit saneforums.org.
SWA 99.9. SWA 99.9.
You've been listening to the Greater Western Sydney Business Booster with your host, Sheila. I wanted to personally thank you for the privilege of your time, and to every small business owner out there in Western Sydney, whether you're a side hustler, an entrepreneur, run a small business that's doing it tough or doing it well, I just want to acknowledge you and thank you again for the privilege of your time. And just remember that this calling is not for everyone. There are so many safer paths. What started out as a whisper, you could do that better. You could help someone, became something that you couldn't ignore, a yearning to create, to improve, to serve. So you plunged right in and it was tough, but you found a way to show up. You built, you learned, you grew. You made friends with failure and you never stopped trying. And one day you knew there was no going back, that entrepreneurship was your path. Vision became your fuel, business became your art. You chose challenge, you chose freedom. And every single day you're creating the life that you desire. The ride is wild, but you're sticking it out because you believe in yourself and that the best is yet to come. You are a true entrepreneur. Until next week.
SWA 99.9.
The difference is the music.
The Sydney Psychic Medium team presents Readings to Remember live performances. With the power of our amazing psychic mediums, we convey messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel their energy flow through us. Our Readings to Remember live events will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with excitement and fascination, as our 2-hour shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station sponsor.
Sydney's West.
Welcome to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You're with Elizabeth Bradshaw, Rhonda Kelly, and myself, Leslie Spolaviro. And hello to all our Facebook friends. Thank you for listening to us tonight. And if you've just tuned in, we are 3 international psychic mediums, and we convey messages from spirit, or your spirit and our spirit, to you with questions that you ask us. So we've got a show coming up on the 28th of June. This will be our 3rd show for this year. It will be at 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. and you can find all the information on our Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air Facebook page. We have another special coming up in another 2 weeks, girls. So this is show 48, and we have a special coming up celebrating show 50, which is amazing. So how are you tonight, girls? Good?
Yep, we are very good. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Leslie.
Okay, well, that was good, girls.
That was quick and short and sweet.
I thought you were going to elaborate while I write down a question or something like that. But thanks for throwing me under the bus. Here we go. It's going to be a good night tonight, people, because it is a supermoon. So Rhonda has some information about the supermoon, which is a blood moon, Rhonda. Is that right?
I do. It's called a super blood moon. And the next one isn't going to be until 2033. So
right.
enjoy it while it lasts. But basically it begins it's begun 15 minutes ago and you'll be able to see it the most between 9:10 and 9:25. And it's going to be red due to being in the Earth's shadow at around 9 o'clock. So it's basically, going to go till about 9:30. So you can enjoy it.
So before you just run outside and have a look, make sure you listen to us first and send us your questions.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we don't have anybody not listening to us. This is the whole idea, but you listening to us. So we also have some people from last week, girls, that we reached locations of the Whit Sundays, Ontario in Canada, as well as the UK, New Zealand as well. And we've covered pretty much every state in Australia around, just about everywhere. So we've Lake Macquarie, Tasmania, South Coast, everywhere. So we're quite proud of what we've done here. And we've got some first timers as well. So hello to all the first timers. Welcome to our show. If you'd like to have a question answered, could be travel, which is not much at the moment. Please don't go to Melbourne. So don't ask us for travel ones yet.
I'm from Melbourne.
These two guys here are going to Melbourne. So is my daughter in a few weeks' time, and they're petrified that it's all going to be turned off. So, we'll leave it to spirit. So if you'd like to have a question answered, you can have a relationship, a love. We don't pretty much do the medical nor legal, because we're not, trained doctors, or we're not lawyers. Well, some of us are. So,
turn psychic.
So we've also got a little bit of information. So last week we all, nutted our heads down and we prayed for Lola. Do you remember that little baby last week, the 8-week-old baby? So Joanne is one of the station managers here, and she's an amazing lady, and she does everything by the book, and everything is just, perfect for us when we start, and everything. If you want something, you just ask Joanne, and she's amazing. And so her little granddaughter Lola was suffering in hospital for a little while, and so we said we threw it out to the universe and everybody to give a bit of love and a bit of the power of the prayer. And I've just sent her a message tonight and said, how's Lola? And she said, hi, Leslie, she's wonderful, all better, and came home last week. Thank you, sweetie. Thanks for all your help. So well done, girls. So we've I feel like that, some people don't believe in it, but I feel like that it works all the time with the power of the prayer. What do you think?
It has been scientifically proven.
Well, there you go. So it's amazing. I've always, when I was sick in hospital, I had 3 people standing at the end of my bed crying their eyes out, and I was very ill. I couldn't even talk, and then I had to end up getting myself up out of the bed and then talking to them to console them. But then they were all sitting there like with their hands praying for me. So I believe that the power of their prayer was the best thing for me anyway. So.
Wow.
So we've got people coming up on our Facebook page at the moment, and we've got a lot of questions coming in already. We would like to say hello to all our top fans. So hello, top fans. Thank you for listening to us again and supporting us. We've got quite a few questions. Have you got any questions for me, girls, that you particularly that Spirit's drawn you to so far?
Yeah, Lee would like a general reading. Lee Hobbs.
Just a general reading. Let's go, girls.
Hi, Lee. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's interesting. I've had a couple of moments to connect into your energy, and I want to say to you, there's a lot of movement that's coming in around with you at the moment. I feel I'm actually quite curious to see if there's a new baby coming in through the family as well. I feel like there's a lot of focus on family at the moment. Celebration. It's a nice positive energy that's there, but it's filled with a lot of chaos. So just make sure to look after yourself through that process. I want to say to you, Lee, as well, your work side of things, it feels like there's some new responsibilities coming in. So it's funny because they give it to me as responsibilities and not necessarily a lift up there. So as in like a promotion. So you may find that there's just a little few extra tasks that come along with work over the next, probably 6 months or so. I also want to say to you, Lee, be mindful of your back. Just be mindful of the way that you're moving things around and everything else like that. I can see that you're a real gung-ho kind of person. So just make sure that you're being a little bit mindful of yourself there. I can see a little bit of strain. Okay. It's really nice with you though. Overall, there's a lot of energy that I feel like you're starting to connect a little bit deeper into yourself. I see what I hear in my head is that you matter, and I feel like that's what you're kind of starting to realize with yourself more and more and more, is that you matter, and that if you don't slow down sometimes and actually pay attention to those things that you need to be, they catch up with you, and you're starting to see that it is important that you take that time for yourself. So I really want to encourage you to keep doing that. All right, Lisa, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and I'll pass you over to Rhonda.
Thanks for that, Lee. Yeah, look, it really feels like your hard work is paying off. It just feels like it's time for you to sort of just sort of like step back and allow the abundance to come to you. And I'm also feeling like it's sort of an abundance financially and non-financially, as in things are just working out and things are starting to flow. It would be really interesting to see what your numbers are like with numerology. And I feel like you're in an abundant sort of personal year, actually. And with family and with work and that sort of thing, I'm just feeling like things are just going to flow. And I don't know whether you've been manifesting or you've just been praying or sort of putting out that positive intention, because I am feeling like things are just flowing better for you this year, Lee. So thank you so much for that. Pass you on to Leslie.
Yeah, hi, Lee. I get the number 24 for you. So 2 and 4 is 6. And I also get the number 12. So 1 and 2 is 3. So keep those numbers in mind. And if they don't mean anything to you now, keep them on your calendar. I'm seeing a calendar, and I'm seeing where you put birthday dates and the special events and stuff like that. So I'm just seeing those dates popping up on the calendar. And I can also see just a dark blue car and some issues with the car. So just be safe around the car and between now and the next 2 weeks. So they're actually telling me 2 to 4 weeks. So that's what must mean the 24. So 2 to 4 weeks as well. But I also get that the car is it's like it needs a wheel alignment because it keeps pulling to one side for some reason. And I also feel like that you've got a sore shoulder, and the shoulder is throwing pain up through to your left side. I feel like this is on your left side of your head, and I'm getting headaches as well for you. So take care of yourself, get yourself to doctor, get yourself sorted out for that. And they're showing me that you don't drink enough water as well. So please drink some more water. I'd also like to say, girls, we need to say hello to our number 1 top fan, our 9-year-old Chase.
Hello,
yes,
Chase.
I nearly forgot about him.
Chase.
Sorry, Chase, but have a good night's sleep. But I'd like to say hello to him. He's been our top fan since day 1 of show 1. So
wow.
this is show 48. So he's come a long way with us. So girls, we've also got Mel. What's that one there?
Melanie.
Melanie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't read you right.
Sorry.
Melanie, and she would like
Melanie.
a mediumship reading and for her mother-in-law, please, girls.
Hi, Mel. How are you going this evening? Thank you for joining us. Let's have a look and see. Your mother-in-law, I feel like the relationship between you two, I don't want to say it took a while to kind of blend, but I feel like you understand, and I know it took a little bit just to kind of really blend and mold in together. And then I feel like you just were like, the best of friends. I feel like she was somebody who cared a lot about her family, but kept herself, I don't want to say she kept herself isolated by any yards of the stick, but it's like, the loneliness around her, she very much connected in with you guys, okay? Family's very important to her. It's funny, I get quite excited when I tap in and I see all the family coming in and around me. Now, what I feel like what she's talking about, there's a separation. So there's a little bit of energy there. And I feel like I'm quite drawn to you and your partner. And I don't mean separation as in literal, but just the separation of energy that's there. So I want to, she really wants to encourage you just to take a little bit of time out for yourselves and just to remember to look at each other. This energy feels like it's come off the back of, like working hard and just having the responsibilities and commitments and things like that. Certainly not an energy of you guys losing each other in any way, shape or form, but just not having enough time to see each other. So she wants to encourage that. She keeps showing me flowers. They're quite, I almost feel like I'm looking at almost like the shape of a gardenia, but they're a really maroony kind of colour that's there. And she keeps handing them out and over to you and saying thank you. Okay. Also for what you did after she passed as well, the talking and the support that's there. Okay. She wants to say thank you for that. She says that she does hear you talking to her as well. You've got quite a funny sense of personality there. I can feel that you're quite cheeky and a little bit rambunctious, and she loves watching you with that. I keep hearing you singing. She likes to hear you sing. I feel like you're singing to yourself in the car, but I also feel like you're singing to yourself around the shower, or one of the kids is. I can hear that noise that's there. There's I feel like there's a little one around as far as like a little boy goes, and what she's saying to me as well is not to worry, everything will pan out with him. And I feel like there's just a little bit of they take me to my son there, and they're like a little bit behind in speech and things like that, and she's saying everything is all cool, don't worry too much about it. He's very much on the ball. Okay, so Mel, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and I will pass you over to Rhonda.
Thanks, Melanie. Look, with your mother-in-law, the first thing I got was a stubbornness, but I feel like it was a lovable stubbornness. Like she was certainly rigid in many ways, but you kind of like what you see is what you get sort of thing. So I feel like your relationship with her was, you just kind of you were sort of close, but you were also, you kept your distance when you needed to. So you kind of like had a comfortable arrangement, I feel. And she is very happy that you're with her son. It's a feeling that you're the best person for him. And it's actually kind of like a sense of relief that you're with him. And you're planning on, I'm drawn to October with you, and I feel like your mother-in-law is really looking at October and saying that that's going to go well. So you're very hardworking, and I know you've sort of had your ups and downs, particularly sort of the past since, halfway through last year. But I'm really feeling like October's going to be whatever you're sort of celebrating or achieving or finalising. It feels like that will be a sense of completion with that. So I feel like your mother-in-law is sort of looking out for that, and she's quite happy for you, Melanie. So thank you for that.
Yeah, Melanie, I get the number 27 for you, which is 2 and 7 is 9. I also get that when Rhonda was talking, that my left side of my face had sort of, I couldn't see out of my left side of my face. So I feel like it could be a stroke or something with the heart with your mother. Mother-in-law. I also get the feeling that you suffer with a lot of anxiety as well, because I could feel like all the tension in my chest as well, and that's what usually Spirit shows me for stress. I also feel like that you're not looking after yourself as well. So they're saying to me, go for walks. They're saying to me, start to look in the mirror and look at the real person in the mirror, because you're not looking at yourself and loving yourself anymore. And you feel like the weight is on your shoulder, and all the weight is you're taking all the pressure from every direction. They're saying to me, you're the rock of the family, and your mother-in-law is overseeing you. So she's there and she's watching you all the time. I know that's very general, but this is what they do. And I also can see her when you're in your car. It's like you want to cry. You want to actually, drown out the car with tears, but I know you pull back because you don't want to be embarrassed, and you're holding a lot back. So that's the envy, or that's the type of person you are. But your mother-in-law is saying that it's okay to cry, it's okay to do things, and you're talking out loud to her as well, and that's what I can see as well for you. She's also shown me there's some sort of like a painting or something that resembles or that was significant to her, and it looks like to me it's in the lounge room, and there's a 3-piece lounge underneath it, and there's a significant painting or something above a 3-piece lounge. The lounge to me looks like it's a light grey colour. I can't quite see it. It looks leather, or to me it looks leather, or that was her lounge. I can't tell if it's yours or her lounge, but I'm in the house. And I also see like a single lounge on each side, and they show me, as you look at the lounge, this mural or this painting or whatever it is, it looks like possibly an Aboriginal painting, which was something significant to her, or some sort of I don't know what it is, just looks like a mural to me. So that's significant. She knows it's there and she loves it. And she's saying to me that everything's going to be okay, and it's beautiful. She said there's a birthday coming up, and she would like you to know that she's going to be there as well. She said, thank you. She said, put an extra plate out for her. That's what she's saying to me. And I'll leave it there, and all the best. So girls, I'd like to read a lady from the last 2 weeks, and she's contacted me the last 2 weeks via, Messenger. And this lady, every time she's finished her work, which is late at night, just as the show's finishing, and the reason why I want to give her a reading is because she works for the SES, so she's doing something for the public and things like that, just like what we're doing for free. So she's actually offering her skills and her services to the public. So we would like to give her something back. So her name is Natalie Tovine, and let's do a general reading for her, please. So let's go, Rhonda.
Hi, Natalie. Yeah, you've got a beautiful energy about you. You're very giving, but you're also very sensible, and there's something very healing about you just in your words. I mean, obviously your emergency services, your actions as well, but I just feel like you're someone, you're an oasis of calm, and people like being around you, whether it's just walking past you in a supermarket. So you've got a beautiful healing energy about you. There's a really nice balance of kind of like masculine and feminine energy you've got as well, as in you're very practical, and you're really not ego driven, and you've got a way of almost like grounding people that are ego driven. That's a really big skill. So you would be also very good at teaching. I don't know whether you've considered teaching or whether you teach in a practical sense, but that's it's kind of like it's something that you're naturally good at. You're naturally good at imparting your knowledge. So yeah, really beautiful energy, and thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for everything you do.
Hi, Natalie. I want to say to you, as I've been tuning into your energy there, to go a little bit easier on yourself. I feel like you've got really high expectations on yourself, and I'm more drawn back than what I am around the current energy that's there. So I want to say to you, you know, life's full of experiences, and we grow and we learn from those, and the would'ves and could'ves and should'ves and, you know, all of those energies that's there, they serve us very little purpose sort of moving forward. And so just, you know, there's a funny thing around forgiveness. I say forgiveness isn't about saying that what the other person did was okay. It's about saying that I'm no longer going to be that vessel for energy around, okay? And so just take that into, and I know it's very easy words to say, you know, like let the past go and move forward and all that sort of energy, but you know, with practical practical application, we can actually do that. And so I want to really encourage you to sort of start to let that go and just sit with yourself and see how far you have really come. I'm actually feeling a promotion around you with work as well. And I know that we mentioned the SES that's there, but actually I'm drawn to your paid employment around this. It feels like there's some beautiful recognition coming in for you, and I get around 3 months for that as well. Okay, so I'll pass you over to Leslie. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Natalie, hi. Thanks for contacting me twice, 2 weeks in a row. I got the message the first time, but I forgot the second week. But anyway, what I get for you is, you know, everything is a fruition for you, and I feel like that everything is just beautiful around you. There's flowers, you know, there's everything that you want, and I feel like that some things are at your fingertips but some things aren't, and you just got to keep trying to get there. And you know, they're saying to me 2 steps forward, 1 step back at the moment, but give it 2 to 3 months and everything's going to flip over, and I feel like that everything's going to change for you, and whatever you want, you sort of drill down and you know that you're going to get it, you know. So, and I feel like that is really important, that you're so focused about what you want. They're saying to me that sometimes it's really difficult for you to get past some things that you've seen and heard, and you know, you're quite sensitive and empathetic. However, you cope with it, and that's what they're showing me. They're showing me quite a strong character in yourself, and they're showing me that it's like they're saying that you put a suit of armor around yourself as well. And I feel like that you know, when I see someone that's similar to what we do here, I see them with a spirit behind them, and I can see a few spirits behind you. Don't be afraid, they're not ghosts. It just means that you're quite in tune to what's going on as well, but you're not really, you know, experienced enough with it. So, and you would, you know, with what you do and everything like that, you would see a few things, you know, that's a bit horrifying for some other people, but you can actually cope with it. So, and you know, your grandmother and your grandfather's quite proud of you. They're taking off their hat and giving you a salute. So they're saying, yes, you've done it. You've achieved what you wanted to achieve, and well done. So I'll leave it there and enjoy the SES. So when the fires come close to my house again, I'll call you. I know who to call. Okay, thank you. Girls, we have Stephanie Williams. So she would like a general reading, please. Let's go.
Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm quite drawn to relationships around you, actually. And I just want to say to you, you know, spend some time, the gratitude is the word that's running through my head. And it's an interesting energy because it feels like there's a little bit of tension around. And I'm actually quite drawn to the friendship around. And so I want to say to you just to really allow yourself to sit into the emotional energy that's in that relationship, because I feel like that's all it needs. So if you're feeling that there's a little bit of distance between, you know, you and somebody that's a very close friend, that's what it is. And it's just make a day out, spend some time, you know, connecting with each other, and you're going to see that you guys are back thick as thieves. There's a lot of energy around your friend who's quite distracted at the moment. So I think you'll find that she appreciates that reach out as well. I do want to say to you as well, the overthinking, you know, music is a really wonderful thing to help stop the overthinking. I play it loud and I play it hard, and it's great. Dance around while you do it as well. It makes it even more fun. But it's almost like you're second guessing some of the decisions that you're making around yourself right now. So, you know, my advice is that go and have like a big half an hour dance off, sit down with your pen and paper, readdress your problem, and allow what comes to you first to be what it is that you need to do. Okay. I feel like there's a decision-making process that's going on around you at the moment. And it's kind of like, as I said, that back and forth. So there's just some advice on how to help clear that out around you. Thank you for joining us this evening, and I'll pass you over to Rhonda.
Thanks for that. Yeah, look, I just felt like I was starting to sneeze, and I sneezed. It feels like it's a time for sort of energetic release and a bit of emotional decluttering. And I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed tuning into your energy. I do feel like you've got decisions to make around this relationship and work, and possibly a move of home or a move around the relationship. It just feels like you're sort of overwhelmed with not wanting to do everything, but knowing you've got a lot on your mind. So I am feeling like take time to yourself when you can, and cry if you need to, scream if you need to, go to the gym, or do what you need to allow that to release. Because that's what happens to me. I just start sneezing when I tune into that. I'm feeling until you do that or allow yourself to start doing that, things aren't going to flow and you're not going to be able to make decisions. So don't force yourself to make a decision, because you kind of got to ground yourself and center yourself a bit first. And that's actually important with this super blood moon, for you to, focus on yourself and cleanse and ground and center yourself. So that's what I feel you need to do now. Thanks for that.
Yeah, hi, Stephanie. When Liz was talking, I got house and movement. So I feel like that there's some things changing in the house. I wasn't sure. I said, Spirit, tell me if there's renovations. And I feel like there could possibly be some renovations, but, it's time to just save your money and just hang it out a little bit longer for that as well. And I feel like there's going to be changes. There's lots of movement around you as well. And I wrote down sabotage. So with that, I feel like that some things that because of your past, some things that you've actually had in the past is you're sabotaging for the future. So we need to pull those reins back and stop thinking about that. We need to get past all that stuff, because it's giving you gut pain. And I felt pain in my stomach when I was writing down the sabotage. So I feel like that part there is quite effective for you. Or affecting you, I should say. And I also wrote down, don't argue. So today is the blood supermoon, and I feel like that today, I always say to my daughter, whatever you do, don't start arguing with people because it's a supermoon coming up, and just, keep your mouth shut, because it's gonna wear over. So everyone, like I was on the road today, I can't tell you how many horns I heard, people bipping and crazy absolutely. All day, it was just insane. I just laughed at it. Yeah.
We've got two of those.
You
did nothing wrong.
Well, considering what you did to me the other night with the driving, so you remember that. I won't say no more. So just imagine Rhonda driving, all right?
I'm a very good driver, rating 1.
Okay, righto. We'll be back in a minute.
SWA 99.9.
The difference is the music.
The Sydney Psychic Medium team presents Readings to Remember live performances. With the power of our amazing psychic mediums, we convey messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel their energy flow through us. Our Readings to Remember live events will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with excitement and fascination, as our 2-hour shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station sponsor.
SWA 99.9.
And welcome back to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You're with Rhonda Kelly, Elizabeth Bratcher, and myself, Leslie Spolaviro. You're listening to us live on radio as well as live on Facebook, our Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air Facebook page. We have a show coming up, girls, on the 28th of June. So if you'd like to come and see us live in person and have some answers, or any questions that you have for us as well, you can see us on our God, I can't even get that out. What I want to say is go to our Facebook page and see our events up there. So now we're doing another reading, girls. We've got one of our. You said that there was a first-time listener, Sandra Dorr, is it?
Her first psychic reading.
First psychic reading ever. Oh, Sandra, you've come to the best. So she would like a general reading, girls. So this is her first time, or a mediumship, please.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you for joining us this evening. Gee, you've got a lovely energy when I connect in with you, and I can see you've got some beautiful bubs there as well. So when I tap in with you, I actually do want to go to mediumship with you. I get a grandfather that stands near you. He's not silly toys, probably around an average height. Okay, slimmer body that's there, and I can see he's got very quite gentle energy as well. And he presents to me in a suit, which tells me always that they were a gentleman. He's very respectful. I feel like he has a little bit of a cheeky energy as well, like granddad jokes, and quite delighted in just spending time with the family. But I don't feel he was an in your face kind of guy. Somebody who just would almost watch from the edges, but was very much present with his energy that's there as well. There's quite a beautiful energy that sits with them, and wants. He's got me all mumbled and jumbled because he keeps showing me the babies and the kids. He's very excited around that, and wants to say congratulations around there too. And I do feel as well. He talks about more coming in as well. So enjoy that process around you. But I want to say to you, he's asking you not to worry. I feel like there's something on your mind that's got to do with family. Okay, and you're quite worried about someone. But they're going, it's okay. Everything's all right here. We just need to bring the communication up a little bit. All right. It's almost like, trusting your gut, but also keeping a healthy perspective on it as well. So not letting your thoughts and emotions carry away with your instinct, separate the two and allow that to be your judge and your guide. Showing me packing boxes as well. So I'm not sure if you've actually been either clearing out around the house like a declutter, or you're planning on moving, but he shows me those as well. And it's got a really nice energy. It says the goal that you're trying to achieve here is the one that you will achieve. Okay. And also it keeps drawing me around to your partner's work. And I feel like there's some uncertainty that's sitting there with that at the moment. It's almost like there's a few things up in the air as to what we're bringing actually in on that job. So not from your partner, but from their actual employer. Okay. But your grandfather talks about the fact that these changes will actually be beneficial in the long run. All right. So I hope that all helps. Thank you absolutely for joining us this evening. And I'll pass you over to Rhonda.
Thanks, Sandra. I have a lady in spirit, and I believe she's an auntie on your mother's side, because there's a sort of a female lineage that she's showing me, but I don't feel like she got along that well with your mum. It's almost like you got along with both of them, but they didn't like or didn't necessarily love each other that much. And it's really a lot of support, and it's allowing things to happen when it happens. And I also picked up on the movement, and it actually feels like you've sort of been excited about a move, but at the moment your energy, Sandra, is a bit flat, and you're kind of a bit disappointed whether you're going to go somewhere and that didn't work out, and you've sort of packed everything and you realize you've got another whole cupboard to pack. So just sort of keep going, because you're almost there, and I'm seeing that you will be more settled. And that's really important for you, Sandra, to feel more settled. I don't know what's happening either with your partner or with your son. I'm feeling my mouth actually started hurting, and I feel like it's almost felt like I was missing my 2 front teeth. And I'm really confused with, it's definitely a male energy around you, but I got confused with the age, because it felt like it was age not appropriate. So as in, it's not a child losing its teeth. It's almost like an adult energy that's lost the teeth that you wouldn't expect it. And I do feel like you need to fix that up. And I'm feeling also not to go with the cheapest option, like actually spending the money now and fixing it so you don't need to address it in a few years' time. So that's what I'm feeling around the teeth. So I don't know whether that is your son or your partner, because the age was sort of confusing to me. But I hope that makes sense to you, Sandra. Pass you over to Leslie.
Yeah, hi Sandra. When the girls were talking, I had my mouth was really quite dry, and I feel like that this person that stays around you, that's virtually by your side, and I feel like that you feel them on the right hand side of you, and I can see that they sit really close to you. And I feel like this person, it was an elderly grandmother or a great grandmother, and I feel like that when you knew her, she was quite young, and this lady sort of nurtured you, and she was very, very proud of your mum for having you, because they always wanted this little girl, and this little girl with little, bows in her hair and things like that. And I know you probably don't want to hear that now, but with the little bows in your hair, and I just saw a little blonde girl with blue eyes as well. So, and I don't know if that's you, because I can't quite see you, but I feel like this little girl with blonde hair is like the miracle child. It's like the blessing, that's come along for the family. And I also feel like this grandmother sits there beside her as well, and she talks to the invisible person, which is your grandmother and other people around the house. And I feel like this little girl is significantly active towards the people on the other side. So just pay attention to that. And sometimes she wakes up during the night, and it's not because she's cold or anything. It's because they're pulling on her feet or they're trying to wake up to get her attention. That's what I see as well. And, don't be afraid of that. They won't ever hurt you. But this lady is always looking over to you. And like I said, your right side is constantly being, either itchy or something is not right with your right side of your body or your arm onto that side, because you feel like there's somebody always pushing pressure on you, which is your loved ones on the other side, and they're always looking over you. So they're sending me messages to say, look after your health too, because I feel like that you're getting headaches. I feel like that your eyesight is not as good as it should be. So take care of yourself, because the headaches are actually getting the better of you. And I'll leave it there, and all the best. Thank you. So, girls, we have a couple of validations I see.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. First of all, Jennifer said wonderful reading last week, gave her hope to keep going and not to give up in this awful time. So
yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
That's what we do this job for.
And we've got two others. So Lee basically said he got chills and goosebumps and how correct the reading was, and also that his car's blue.
Oh, that's
and Melanie, who basically said that her mother-in-law passed before she met her partner, and they've got an 8-month-old baby boy together, but
that's
definitely
beautiful.
singing in the car. So
definitely singing in the car.
I think that was you, Leslie.
Yes, that's right. I saw it.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Did you have a validation too, Liz?
No.
It's the same ones. Okay, fair enough. So, girls, we're going to go over to, we've done Sandra. We're going to do Victoria Hill. She just wants a general reading now, please. So, over to you, Rhonda.
Hi, Victoria. How are you going? Thank you for joining us this evening. We were all fighting over who got to read for you first. So there you go. You must be special.
Pretty important.
Absolutely. Victoria, when I sit with your energy, it's interesting. I actually do feel like there's been some trouble because my head goes straight to the Victoria as well. And so expect some delays with travel. But what I want to say to you, Victoria, you've got a really strong energy around your work. Every time that I focus and tune in on your energy, I keep seeing, a really beautiful lady that's got a nice suit on, and it's showing me it's got a real cooperative feel that's there. But, it's that move up. My hand wants to move up, okay? So I want to say to you, though, I don't feel this is something that's just coming in and being given to you, okay? I feel like this is something that you need to stand in the middle of the room and go, hey, I want this and I've earned it. Come and give it to me, okay? So don't be afraid to do that, because you've done all the hard yards behind it. You're just that little bit of self-doubt that sits there is kind of like the only thing that's in your way, all right? So I really kind of want to encourage you to honour yourself within that, because you've paid your dues, okay? With that as well, I'm feeling a really beautiful connection with you around relationships. So if there's an existing relationship that's there, I want to say that I would imagine there's an anniversary or a birthday or something else coming up that's there, because I keep wanting to say celebration. But if you're waiting for love to come in, then that in itself is a celebration that's there. And this feels like a really nice, healthy connection. It feels like you guys have just got, like everything in common and really kind of running on the same wavelengths that's there. So enjoy that energy and definitely show appreciation and gratitude for it. So I hope that all helps, and I'll pass you over to Rhonda.
Thanks, Victoria. It's time to shake things up is what I'm picking up. And it's kind of like you're a great communicator, but there's times when you don't speak up. And it's sort of, it's not even that you can't figure out the timing, but you kind of, it's more an energetic thing, I feel. I feel you either have the energy or you don't think something's as important. But I'm being drawn to sort of the little things that are important, like the little things are adding up. So there's building up, and there is a change around that. I feel good about your personal life, but and your partner, but it's feels like a bit of decluttering around friends at the moment. And it actually feels like you've been sort of, your energy's a bit drained, and you've been wanting to catch up with a couple of people, and these two feel like females, and they're sort of there's a bit of laziness around them. I feel like they're expecting you to organise it because you are so organised, but I feel like you need to put the onus on them, and then if they do it, that's great, but if not, then sort of do a bit of decluttering. So thank you, Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria, when the girls were talking, I got the name Greg, and I don't know why. Then they said Gregory Hills, so I don't know. Is that a suburb, girls, Gregory Hills? Do you know? I
don't know.
I don't know what that means. So Gregory Hills, I don't know why I got that. So I just thought I'd better say it. And I also got sinus on the right side of your face, or there's a person in the house that suffers like with migraines and sort of one side of their face gets affected. So I feel like that's part of their sinus. And I just also got in the family as well. I got lack of communication and a birthday coming up. So this birthday will be something significant for the family because if there's a lack of communication there and people are arguing, what you need to do is just bring in some random person from outside of the family that will actually deplete all the arguments, which what I mean is, a good friend of the family or of someone like that, or neighbors or something like that, bring them along to the party or bring them along to the event so that it can break away all the negative activity that you're having in your home at the moment. And I feel like that the home is like it's a bit of chaos, they're saying to me as well. Everything will wean over itself. Everything will go steady and slow. So they're saying to me, pace yourself, don't get out of breath, don't go too fast with things, especially with people, because if you do, they're going to pull the reins back and they're not going to do and listen to you. So and they're saying to me the number 17 and 18. I'm also feeling like you've got either not a sore throat, but your mouth is really dry. So they're telling me that you're not drinking enough water as well. So please look after your health because you're going to need it in the next few months. They're also showing me the number 6 too. So number 6, so 1 and 7 is 8 and 1 and 8 is 9. So have a look at those angel numbers. That's what they're telling me. So 6, 8 and 9 for angel numbers as well. And I'll leave it there. So girls, do we have any more validations?
Not yet.
No.
Send them through.
Just that Gregory Hills is in New South Wales.
New South Wales. Yeah, I thought I heard that too. Yeah.
No clue where.
The difference
Is the music. SWA 99.9.
The Sydney Psychic Medium team presents Readings to Remember live performances. With the power of our amazing psychic mediums, we convey messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel their energy flow through us. Our Readings to Remember live events will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with excitement and fascination, as our 2-hour shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station sponsor.
SWA 99.9.
Sydney's West.
And welcome back to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You're with Elizabeth Bratcher, Rhonda Kelly, and myself, Leslie Spolaviro. And we've already done quite a few readings, ladies. How are you feeling? Good?
Good.
Awesome.
Keep them coming.
And we will be celebrating show 50 in a couple of weeks' time. So we're having a little bit of a special night that night. So make sure you tune in between now and then as well. We're also would like you to go to our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air, and like our page. I don't know why Facebook has follow for some reason. Does anyone know the reason for that?
I don't know.
I have no idea. So why follow a page when you have a like page? I don't get it.
Just do both.
Yeah.
For the Psychics on Radio.
Do both and then we'll see all the top fans. We also have a number 1 top fan, which is Chase. Hello, Chase. We hope you're asleep by now. So thank you for listening to us. He's listened to us since show 1. We have another stage performance coming up, which is show number 3 for our team on Monday, the 28th of June between 7 and 9 p.m. So you can find out all our information on our Facebook page. So just go to the events section there. So we're up to Scarlett Mary Crean, and she wants a general reading, ladies. Let's go.
Hi, Scarlett. Thank you for joining us this evening. There's a couple of things I'm quite drawn to around. One is the ideas. I want to really encourage you to pursue those ideas. The other thing is around I want to talk about is boundaries, and I feel like one's affecting the other. Okay, so what I say is you've got a lot of ideas that are running through you at the moment, and they feel like these are ideas towards the future. So, around business income, those kind of little bits and pieces that are there. The boundary side of things, I feel like I don't want to use words like control or anything else like that, but I just feel like you're not honouring yourself. You're honouring somebody else's boundaries before you honour your own, okay? And it's almost like these thoughts and processes that are around you are getting kind of squelched before they have an opportunity to really shine. And I just want to encourage you to really tap into yourself and to just sit even just for a moment, with pen and paper in hand, as I always encourage, and just sort of connect in with yourself and just check in on your boundaries and just see where they are at. What I'm willing to accept, what I want, all of those kind of little bits and pieces that are there. Because once you hold that, where energy goes, energy will flow. So just be mindful. And if you've got people around you that are kind of like, oh no, play it safe, just do this, just do that, just, absolutely show respect over. But one thing that I always do is I'll never sort of take advice from someone who hasn't actually done it themselves. Okay.
Yeah,
So I want to kind of just encourage you with that. It's, people love you. And so there's a security in that. So it's not that their advice is misspent, but it's perhaps a little bit misguided. So I'll leave that there with you, Scarlett. I hope that helps, and I'll pass you over to Rhonda.
Thanks for that, Scarlett. Yeah, the first thing I felt was take a breath. And it's kind of like your pace or your breathing changes depending on other people. And make sure you're breathing at your own pace. You're doing things at your own pace. It just feels like a bit of a balance at the moment. And you're actually very intelligent. I'm feeling like, Scarlett, you've got to take stock and take hold, and even, do something like update your resume or something like that, because I feel like you've actually done quite a lot. You're quite extraordinary in what you have done and what you have achieved. And I feel like you're not sort of big on getting recognition and awards, but if you were to sort of do that and look at what you sort of have to offer in a workplace or relationship or friendship, you've actually got more than you realize. So it's more just about a bit of sort of looking at your own worth, I feel, and breathing at your own pace is what I'm picking up, Scarlett. Thank you for that.
Yeah, hi, Scarlett. Thanks for listening to us. I know that you listen pretty much every couple of weeks, or if you can, every week. And I feel like that things are in automatic mode for you. And sometimes when you're in automatic mode, things don't change. So I feel like that if you get out of automatic mode and kick yourself up the butt, and then you will have some motivation to do the things that you want to do. You're full of ideas, but the ideas are not coming to fruition because you're not kicking yourself up the butt to get yourself motivated to go. So it's important to do this for yourself. And when people sit in automatic mode, things just become stale. It was not last year but the year before, which was December. We did 4 shows in 4 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that, December shows, and just, I don't know why, but Spirit kept saying to me, get out of automatic mode, get into first gear in January, second gear in February, and third gear in March, because if you don't, you're going to miss everything and you're going to be strapped for cash. This is what I was telling everybody in the shows. And what happened? COVID hit in the end of March. So I don't know why I was saying it. I just knew to tell everybody to get out of automatic mode. And they're also saying to me, for you, get out of automatic mode, because it thinks it's just a routine for you. It's just an everyday habit. And that's what hurts people the most, is the habits that they don't get out of. So we need to shake ourselves up, get out of that, start planning for the future. And they're saying to me, you need to plan for the future 3 to 4 months ahead just for yourself. So plan for 3 to 4 months ahead where you want to be, and then plant that seed with the universe. It'll start to take place. Everything will start to flow. And I feel like that's whatever's happened in the past with all this stuff going around you, lack of communication, just a few issues, it's taken its toll on you, and you're scared of the future, but don't be, because it's brighter. It's all going to flip over. That's what I can see with you. So take care. And girls, with any validations come through now? Not yet?
No, actually. So I haven't seen any.
So what I'd like to have is, if you're listening to us on radio, or if you're listening to us or watching us on live Facebook on our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air, please let us know what location, suburb and state, country you're listening to us from, because we like to get a general idea of what, which parts of the world that we've hit and we've shared our gifts to, so that's what that's what we're here for. We put our necks on the line. We're genuine people. We don't ask you questions. We don't fish for information. We don't ask you what's your date of birth, when you were born, or or what star sign are you, or whatever. We just give it to you how it is, and whatever we get messages from Spirit, that's exactly how we deliver the message to you. So we're the real McCoys, and we do this for free. So there you go. Well, I actually pay for the thing.
So we've actually got someone watching from Pakistan, Marshall.
Oh, yeah, there you
from
go.
From Lahore in Pakistan.
Yeah. I'm just going to sit over here quietly.
Yeah, is that what you wrote down?
I've seen Liz writing then, and so we've got people.
Sorry,
so we've got Pakistan, we've got Mount Druitt, Sydney. Hi, Cheyenne Dorr. We've got Parramatta, Sandy Crowler from Parramatta in Sydney. Newcastle, Cameron Park, New South Wales, Alana. We've got Newcastle again, Cassie Lake. Hi, Cassie. She's one of our top fans. Hello. And we've also got New Zealand, Jessica. She's listening pretty much every single week. Jessica, hello. Thank you for listening to us and supporting us every week. We've also got Mid-North Coast, Melanie Stewart, or Melanie Short. We've got Josephine, how do you say that? Solidations? How do you say that? Sodatas. I can't see it properly. 7 Hills. We've got Dana Belek. She's from Mount Adams. Wow, that's pretty cool in New South Wales. We've got Warragamba. Hi, Sal. Thank you for listening to us. She's a top fan. We've got Springwood. We've got Helen Wilkinson. We've got Paula Kane Woy Woy. Geez, let's keep going. Central Coast, Nicole Byers. Hi, Nicole. You're one of our top fans as well. We've also got Helen Moore Rose, and she's from Richmond. Hello. We've got Melissa Davies. She's from Richmond. We've got Redbank, Queensland. We're hitting Queensland as well. Portland, New South Wales. Hello, Katie. We've also got, who else we got here? We've got Annette Clark Richardson. She's from Pagewood in New South Wales. And thank you for sharing where you're from. So we love to get validations as well. And if you do have a validation from this week or the previous week, let us know. You can send us a message on Facebook. However, I prefer to have them on air so that we can read them out and share the love with everybody. Last week, we also did a prayer, the power of prayer for little Lola, who she was our admin manager here at SWA. She's a lovely lady, Joanne, and her little granddaughter was very ill. And we did the power of prayer, and the power of prayer just goes such a long way if everybody, pushes the boundaries and starts to pray and think about and share the love with with people that are unwell. And sure as ever tonight, I asked Jo, how's little Lola going? And sure as ever, she's well and she's home now. So that's fantastic news. So I'm quite happy about that. And we're going to go now to Tanya Tizzy, and she would like a general reading, please, girls. So there.
Hi, Tanya. How are you going this evening? Thank you for joining us. I see a lot of colour around you. I'm quite curious to see if you're a creative soul. And I want to say to you that sometimes you tap on that and they go, oh, I'm not creative. But, just challenge yourself a little bit. Sit there with, some colours. And you know what works best too, like crayons, because it kind of connects us back to our inner child. And, we tend to get a little bit more creative with that. And so I want to really encourage you to do that. And it's just to tap into yourself a little bit more. I feel like there needs to be a little bit of a release of emotion. And it's, what it's like? It's like, we keep, we're a little bit frustrated one day, we throw that in the jar. And then the next day we're a little bit, peeved or something, we throw that in the jar and then And it's like we're not getting an opportunity to actually tip this jar out. And that's where I feel that it's needed. And so, a nice beautiful day out in the sun, some bare feet on the earth, listening to the water, all of that kind of energy, just to bring some back to yourself. Okay. There's a lot of energy going out from you as far as, care that you give and responsibilities and all of those kind of wonderful things. So just work on the balance just there a little bit. All right. But thank you very much for joining us this evening, and I'll pass you over to Rhonda.
Yeah. Straight away tuning into your energy, my back hurt, and it's feeling like you sort of you need to change your pace a bit. When you sort of take on too much, I feel your back hurts, and I feel that is where you sort of store negative energy or where you're feeling unsupported. That's what happens. And it was more so on my left side, and the left side of my face felt really hot as well. And I do feel like when you're sort of drained in terms of energy, you're quite clumsy. So I don't know whether you sort of you brush against something hot on your left side, or it feels like that's happening for a physical reason, but the back pain is like an energetic thing. And you also need to sort of slow down your words with the way that you're communicating. I just feel sort of slow that down a bit, and make sure you say what you want to say and don't sort of rush and get flustered and not say it. I just feel like that's going to be very empowering for you, and just getting, asking for help and getting some support, because there's definitely a lot of people willing to do that around you. But thank you for that.
Yeah. Hi, Tanya. I just feel like that things are taking your breath away, and there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of trauma coming around the family at the moment. I feel like there's some sort of another miscommunication, which is what I've been saying pretty much most of the night. I also feel like that this it makes your mouth water. It's just like you're seething at the mouth, and they're showing me when I see venom coming out of people's mouth and it runs down the side, and if it's a different color, it's green, it's jealousy. And if I see it as clear, it just means that people are backstabbing, people are talking, people are actually just not nice, and it's like the venom is behind, and it's always behind your back. So that I feel like you're constantly hearing things about what people are saying about you. But I've said this before, if someone doesn't like someone, or if someone doesn't like you or me or anybody, it's none of our business what they think about me, or I don't care what they think think about me. You shouldn't worry about what they think about you, because it doesn't matter, because they don't pay your bills. They don't put the food on your table. You can, if you say hello to someone, you've said hello. It doesn't cost money to say hello. And that's what I'm feeling with you. You're worried about everything. They're saying to me, worry what? So they're saying, get over that. And this is dragging you down, and you don't need to listen to people that drag you down. There's so much toxicity and negativity in the environment that you're with. So the environment needs to change. And it's the only way it's going to change is for you to not give permission to people, for people to upset you. So the more permission that you allow, which is you getting upset and taking it on board, you're giving them permission to upset you. So we need to get you to pull back from that and just give them love and light. Just put a white light around them, send them off into the universe, So I got told by a friend of mine a while ago, people don't think like you, Leslie. And I said, yeah, I know. I don't know why, but, I thought that I thought very logical. But she said, no, they don't think like you. I said, okay, well, then that's what Spirit's showing me for you as well. They're just saying that they don't think like you. You've got your heart on your sleeve. You're quite genuine and honest, but you're putting too much love into it. So just pull back the reins, look at yourself and go, you know what? I don't care what they say. They don't make my bed. They don't feed me. They don't do anything. So let's just not worry about them. If they have an opinion, good, that's their opinion. You can't change that, So I suggest move on, and we'll leave it there, girls. So do we have any more validations coming through? Any more locations? What do we got here?
No, not unless.
Not yet. So we've got Melissa Clooney. She's one of our regulars, girls. She wants a mediumship reading, please. Let's go with that one.
Melissa, you've got actually two gentlemen around you, and they feel like your grandfather's generation, but I'm getting a twin energy with them. But I don't actually feel like they were twins, but they're kind of, it just feels like they used to sort of finish each other's sentences and that sort of thing. And I feel like they knew you when you were younger. And it's kind of like they were a bit, they thought they were funny, their humour was funny, but they weren't that funny, or you perhaps didn't understand it when you were younger. But what they're saying is like, watch your head and watch your hands. I don't know whether you sort of put your head in your hands or what that is, or who that is around you, but it's I feel like that if it's not you, it's a female in your family, it's perhaps a sister or something like that these two gentlemen would know. But it's kind of like by manifesting and taking your hands away from your head, you're taking away the pressure. I know that probably sounds ridiculous, but that's what they're showing me, that it's sort of like don't have your body language where you're holding the pressure. You've got to sort of release that pressure. And I do feel like I do actually feel like it's around someone else, a female around you. And this female, she's got, I'm getting also sore neck pain in the back of the head with that. So I feel like she's really quite overwhelmed and burdened, but it's kind of like a problem shared is a problem halved. So by her talking to you about this, she's going to feel a lot better, and you're not going to sort of, not going to judge her, but also be quite surprised at how drained she is by this. So that's what I'm picking up. So it's just a bit of concern about you and this sister-like or female energy around you. But for giving you hugs to both of you. Thank you.
Hi, Melissa. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm getting a young girl around you who I feel that you've actually connected in school, and I feel like you guys were quite good friends. She, think about yourself back in school. I think you guys were then around the same height as each other, very similar builds to each other. One of you, quite similar almost builds to each other. And what she talks about is the different coloured hair, because I'm trying to sort of go, what colour hair you got? And she goes, I used to dye it a lot. And there was a lead up to her passing. And I do feel that you're aware of her passing and you're aware of what that lead up is and the passing is, okay? What she wants to talk to you about is that she's okay, all right? I feel like there's that big question that's still hanging over, is she okay? Spirit has a beautiful way of being nurtured when they reach over to the other side, regardless of how they've passed, and will always be looked after and always be cared for, okay? There's a lot of laughter, I want to say a lot of craziness with this person, and it's that craziness almost like, you know, just having fun and letting loose and just being silly. So I know that you guys were really good, close friends. And so she just wants to check in with you. She tells me that you're actually quite intuitive yourself and, you know, you pick up on things, you sense things, and that you hear things around the house on occasion. She's asking you not to be worried about that. It's just spirit coming to say hello. All right, so I'll leave that there and pass you over to Leslie.
Yes, hi. Well, I just feel like there's a lot of energy going on between you and a few friends as well. I feel like that these friends are, you know, really, really supportive of what you do. However, the situation is they like to say yes, 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 and then they pull back a lot as well. So they're listening to you, which is really good for you. However, it's not doing you any good because they're not giving you some advice. So they're saying to me, seek the right person for the right advice as well. So when you're asking a question or when you want to know something, make sure it's the right person to know. So, you know, you don't go and ask a young teenager, oh, what should I do next week? Or, you know, what should I do with my business or anything like that? They're not going to know that information. You'd go and ask a business person or, you know, have a mentor or someone like that. I feel like that you're going to have some sort of birthday party or some sort of significant. I can see the number 26 for you. So 2 and 6 is 8. So they're telling me have a look at 2, 6 and 8 as the angel numbers for you as well. I feel like that's really important for you. And also they show me number 9. So 8 and 9 is 17. So the number 17 I'm getting as well. So have a look at that and just see what those numbers mean for you going forward towards the angel numbers. And I feel like that, you know, after the full moon for you, everything's going to just change. It's going to be, they're saying get rid of all the vampires. And I can see vampires hanging around. So just get, like all the bloodsuckers, you know, get rid of them and just pull back and look after yourself. That's what I'm getting. And they're saying you like shoes and that they're showing me your feet. And I don't know why they're showing me your feet. I've got to say what I see because if I don't say it, the messages stop. And it's just sometimes it's just so weird. Once we did a stage platform and I was with Florence and Linda. And I had this concrete path and I had to say it because the messages would have stopped. And when I said it, it was the guy that was a concreter.
Yeah, right.
But they showed me a concrete path. And I said, I've got to say that because I just don't know why they're showing me that for. But anyway, so anything else, girls, we've got there? Any validations?
Yes, we do have a validation from Scarlett. Scarlett said, thank you very much for the reading. It means a lot. Everything we said was so accurate and she is working towards switching things up.
Yeah.
So thank you, Scarlett.
Well done. That's it. Well done.
SWA 99.9.
The difference is the music.
The Sydney Psychic Medium team presents Readings to Remember live performances. With the power of our amazing psychic mediums, we convey messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel their energy flow through us. Our Readings to Remember live events will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with excitement and fascination, as our 2-hour shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station sponsor.
SWA 99.9.
Online. SWA999.com.au.
On your smartphone app.
And on your radio.
99.9 FM.
This is SWA.
Sydney's West.
Fairfield City Council, where it happens.
The search is on for how you love where you live as part of the annual Capture Fairfield Visual Arts and Photography Competition. Fairfield City is home to unique experiences, from the hustle of busy city centres to magic sunsets. It's time to show us what you love about your city. The Capture Fairfield Visual Arts and Photography Competition. Get your entry in today.
For more information, visit fairfieldcity.nsw.gov.au. Station sponsor.
If you're thinking about joining Australia's growing volunteer community, then get started at govolunteer.com.au. Go Volunteer lists thousands of volunteering opportunities and you can search for positions to suit your interests in your own area. Helping others in their time of need makes volunteering a very rewarding experience. More volunteers are needed by many organisations, so don't think about it any longer. Get started right now and check out govolunteer.com.au. It's a free service from Volunteering Australia.
Sydney Motorsport Park is Sydney's only permanent racetrack and one of only 2 permanent race circuits in Australia that holds an FIA Grade 2 international licence. Sydney Motorsport Park hosts a variety of adrenaline-fueled experiences and events, including regular track days, race meetings and driver training. With 7 different circuits, including a wet skid pan and a challenging off-road course, Sydney Motorsport Park is the destination for the motoring enthusiast. Visit sydneymotorsportpark.com.au to find out more. more. Station sponsor.
Hi, Kirk Pengilly from InXS here. And whether it's music, sweet things, puppies, movies, we all love our treats. But our eyes need treating too. 300,000 Australians, including me, are affected by glaucoma. Diagnosed early, glaucoma can be managed. Left undiagnosed, it can cause blindness. So treat yourself by treating your eyes to a simple test. Book your test at treatyoureyes.org.au today.
Swan 99.9. Sydney's West.
And welcome back to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You're with Elizabeth Bratcher, you're with Rhonda Kelly and myself, Leslie Spalaviro. And we're doing live readings on Facebook and radio. So if you've just tuned into us, we are international psychic mediums. We have messages come from spirits. We are gifted with this somehow. I don't know how, but we do live readings on Facebook. So we put our necks on the line, and we also, are the genuine, real McCoy people. We don't have to fish for information. We don't ask questions. We pretty much just say it how it is and whatever we get from spirit. So we do live readings. So if you have a question that you would like answered, you need to go to our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air, and post your question up there in the comment section, and we will answer it live on Facebook. So we are drawn to different people. We used to do them in order, but we just can't keep up with the amount of people on there now. So we've hit the UK. We've also hit the Ontario and Missouri in the States. We've hit every single state here in Australia, as well as New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand again. And we've also hit Tasmania as well. So I like to see that we're hitting all different states. And if you'd like to tell us what your suburb, state, and country is, we'd love to hear from you. And also, if you've had a validation or something that we've said in the past, or even on tonight's show, please send us the validation on our Facebook feed now, so that we can read it live on air, so that we know that we're on the right track, because we don't get any feedback here. We can't have phone calls. We can't have any feedback other than the Facebook. That's why we do it via Facebook, so that we can have the messages flow back to us. So we're up to show 48. We have a live face-to-face platform show or stage performance coming up on the 28th of June, which is a Monday. So please go to our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air, and go to the events section, and you will see our information there for our next show coming up. And ladies, we have any more validations come through, please? Yes.
No, I haven't noticed any, no.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. So let's go to, I wrote down a couple more names, and I wanted to go to Paula King. She said she wants a general reading or a mediumship reading, ladies. And she said that her dad she wants to know about her dad. And she said, is her dad trying to tell her something? So is there a message from her father she's trying to ask us? Let's go with that.
Hi, Paula. Thank you for joining us. I did see your question earlier, actually. And I want to say to you, you're on par. Like, when I read your question earlier, I was like, yeah, there is definitely that energy around. And Spirit has a way, like for me anyway, personally, if I'm wrong, it just kind of all sort of blobs, if that makes sense. And if I'm right, the energy peaks up and it keeps flowing. And when I read your question, it very much so was. I feel like there's a lot of like financials, worries, those kind of little bits and pieces that's there around you, okay? And I feel like he's actually trying to encourage you to take an opportunity, take a chance, okay? And it's almost like there's something that you kind of dismissed earlier as something that wasn't necessarily going to be viable. And he's trying to come back and show you, no, this actually is viable, okay? And I also feel like he's trying just to talk to you about the fact that he is there. He takes a lot of pressure off of his chest as well. So I feel like there's been that question of, is he okay? And trying to dream with you as well. And I feel like there's very much that trust your intuition, trust your intuition, because I want to say that your dad was a little bit of a cheeky energy. Like, I can hear him laughing, going, she never listens, she's hearing it and she's always second guessing it. And so just he takes me and he sits me down on the lounge, and I feel like this is where you and he would sit and just kind of have some real D&Ms with each other, but in a lighthearted kind of way. It was almost like we didn't sit down to have like this big, deep conversation, but we'd keep, a few little jests up, a few little jokes up, and that within that, this amazing guidance and insight would ensue. I feel like, your dad was somebody who was to you like Superman. He was absolutely invincible, and he's still very much trying to share that energy around with you. He's showing me a crystal, and I feel like this is almost a crystal on a necklace, or it's I can't think of the name of it. No, almost like a sliced geode. Does anyone know
What's that?
Sliced Geo. Do you remember what the proper name is for that?
I have no idea.
No.
That's all right.
I was getting told Chris Collar, but I don't know what that means.
What that means either. That's all right. But it's what
Don't
I'm
ask
talking
me.
about isn't sort of tumblestone. It's a flat piece of crystal, and it's almost like it's been sliced through. Okay, so I know exactly what I'm talking about in my head. I cannot think of the name of it to save me right this moment. But drawing reference to that as well. And I feel like this is just something that you had a spiritual connection to, okay? So he's drawing your attention around to there as well. I feel like you actually have a piece of your dad's jewelry as well, and he's talking about that, like keeping it close. I feel like you keep it close, it keeps his energy near, okay? And it's interesting too, just on a side note that's there, the back garden, he's talking about just, can we get to that back garden? The space is going to be a lot more freer once it's done, okay? So I hope that all of that information helps, and I will pass you over.
Thanks, Paula. Yeah, look, your dad definitely is communicating with you, and I can hear him laughing, and there's a bit of frustration. Like Elizabeth said, you don't listen. I'm getting a smell with him. I feel like you actually smell. Okay, I just got I validated that from Elizabeth. I feel like he had a certain smell.
What was the smell? Because I was smelling something when you started talking, and I thought I was just smelling something.
Yeah.
I smelled
What
a couple
was
of that was him, and he was laughing about
Really?
it.
And it's not, it wasn't a particularly overly pleasant smell.
it was
wasn't
like
a- it
urine
wasn't
to me. That's what I got.
Yeah, it was sort of like a
old-
musty
yeah.
smell, and I just
like an old truck
I just
or something.
feel like, and I also just with that smell, I got a little dog. So I actually feel like this dog used to pee on things, and your dad kind of was aware of it, but it didn't bother him. But it used to really bother you, Paula. So there's humour about this smell, but I'm also getting two smells, and I'm also getting the smell of your dad, and I just feel like he had a unique smell, and that one wasn't as pleasant as the dog smell. But there's two smells that are around when he's around. I'm also drawn to insects, like you sort of, but they're almost like big ants, or they're small beetles. I feel like the size of these ants or beetles are different from what you expect, like they're bigger or smaller. So there's something unusual, or you'll sort of see a trail of ants and you'll see one big one, and that's your dad. It's like he's wanting to be the biggest and the best kind of thing. Certainly, when Elizabeth was talking about the crystal, the sliced geode,
yeah.
I felt that you needed to sort of balance your feminine energy, as in take action when you need to, but just chill out when you sort of have taken action and let things play out. And I'm also drawn to July and September for you seeing the effects of your actions and for things to actually come to fruition. It's like you're visualizing that. And your dad also comes to you in your dreams, as in you get I feel that you have dreams of having conversations with him, and that's actually you talking to him. So if you think of us being asleep and our analytical mind being asleep, that's when we're more receptive and they can actually visit us. So I feel like that's what you do with your dad, and he actually talks to you then. So thank you for that, Paula.
Yeah, hi, Paula. When the girls, like I said earlier, when the girls were talking, I had that smell as well. But then your father showed me the dirty old carpet, and I think you know what that means, because I saw dirty old carpet, and I saw, like little like it's a bit shredded as well, and I don't know where that is, but they show me the back mat is like that as well. It looks like the old what do you call it? That brown type of mat where they have, what's those mats called? The ones where they've got all the spikes on it. So you know what I mean? The
Spiky mat?
Yeah.
Doormat.
Doormat. Okay. Thanks for your help, girls. Right. I won't be asking you about that one again. So, and I also got, I got Margaret and I got Scott as well. So the first thing when Elizabeth was talking, I got Scott, and then I got the word Margaret as well. So, or the name Margaret, and I also got the number 14. So 1 and 4 is 5. But they're specifically telling me to go back to 14 and the number 16 as well. So that's what I can see for you. And when I see the numbers, they're like the Red Bull with wings ad, and it just flies past. So I have to be really quick when I see them and say them or write them down, because they go past quite quick. They're also he's also shown me that your dad had speech problems and that there was something not right, like a stutter or something sort of, he got a bit nervous all the time. And that's what I felt like when I was talking just then, because I could feel like my words, I couldn't get them out, but my tongue was sort of stuck to my teeth. And they showed me that he used to get nervous at a few things, but he was quite clever and quite creative at what he did. But the message he's telling me is that to, push through, keep going, don't stop in the middle. And it's, if you're going through hell, you never stop in the middle. So, and they're saying to me, I'm just itchy on my right side of my eye and everything now. So I feel like that you're either itchy right now on your face, or that's where you get like sensations on your face every now and then. And I feel like that's your father just, giving you the message that he's around. So pay attention to that if you're not aware of it now. And that's pretty much it. And I'll leave it there. So ladies, we've also got Marshall Khan. He says, congratulations on your 50 shows. First time watching you, and we are doing an amazing job, or we're doing amazing work. He said he loves our energies and he's a psychic as well. So hello, thank you for tuning in and thank you for your support. So girls, any validations coming up? Not yet? I'm going to keep asking because I want validations tonight. I got my head set to it. So
we're getting lots of love hearts, so that's always good. Raising the vibration.
Fair enough. So we've also got a first-time listener as well, Alana Higgins. She said she'd love a mediumship reading, please, and she's a first-time person. This is her first reading. So let's go.
Thanks, Alana. I've got a grandfather coming through. And I've actually got two grandfathers coming through, but one in particular you were closer to. He's a bit of a character, but he's very. I'm actually seeing him sort of like in the garden, and I'm seeing him taking you for walks outside and buying you treats and that sort of thing. So he was very, very caring, and he sort of made an effort to, to be age appropriate as well. Like I feel like you were able to talk to him regardless of your age. And I'm seeing you and two girls around this grandfather. So I feel like you used to enjoy going and visiting him. My left ear is killing me, and my left sort of shoulder and that sort of thing. So I actually feel like he had a bit of either paralysis in his neck or something that happened that meant he just couldn't move as well, and he had a lot of stiffness there. So that's what I'm feeling. And I actually feel like there was a sort of like a separation in later life. So I don't know whether he died kind of like in a hospital or in a nursing home or something like that, but it's a feeling like you couldn't sort of get to him. But he's always with you. He's often guiding you, and I feel like he's kind of like become one of your guides, or at least guiding your guide. Like he's always got a lot to say in your life is what I'm feeling. But thank you so much for that.
Hi, Alana. I'm actually, I feel like I'm using you as a messenger this evening, because when I connect in with you, I want to go to your partner. And I feel what I have is a young gentleman that comes through. These guys were good friends, okay? And I feel like, again, I need to go back a little bit in time, and not far enough that we kind of should be having to look for the memory that's there, okay? But what he's saying is the cards fell the way that they were meant to. Okay, and there's a massive thank you as well connected to that message too. And talks about cruising around in the car. I feel like, we all get our P's and that's going back. But anyway, but, when we get our P's and we cruise around in the car, and, it's like we all meet up. I think they all meet up at Macca's these days and everything else like that,
I did 25 years ago.
They did it 25 years ago. Okay. But you understand what I'm talking about there, just that beautiful collective energy of friends, all just sort of stepping out into adulthood and figuring out what life's all about and giving it a bit of a run for its money while you're at it. And, as I'm talking, I do feel like you knew this person as well, okay? But there's just a lovely message there. Just wanting you to know, as I said, the cards fell the way that they were meant to, okay? There's not allowed to be any feelings of remorse or guilt or regret or anything at all. There's no time for that. He says life's too short. You've just got to live it and be happy. And he wants you to know that he's happy too. Okay, so I'll leave that with you and I'll pass you over to Leslie.
Yeah, hi, Alana. So thank you for listening to us and for your first reading as well. I've got a headache. Like I can't see because the headache is so strong, and I feel like this debilitates you. And I can see you lying in bed, and I can see that you've got one of those wet towels or a little tiny face washer on your face, on your eyes to help with the pain. And this debilitates you. And I feel like it's not just part of a sensitivity to your eyes or anything like that. I feel like this is something else that's, you know, you've got to get sorted out. Like, I don't know what. I'm not a doctor, but please get that sorted out. I also feel that the number 3, or they're saying in 3 days' time or 3 days ago, and I don't know what happened 3 days ago, but I just get the number 3 for you. And I also feel this is significant to you. So I can't quite see if it's a positive or a negative. So I'm going to say neutral, on the fence with that. And I feel like you know what that means, because they're saying to me, don't say anything. She knows what it means anyway, the 3 days. So, and the number 3, they're saying to me that's quite significant as well. So either the 3rd month or the number 3. So bear with me with that one. Also, I also get another person. You're another person with a dry mouth, so please take care of your health and lots of water. They're showing me drink the lemon water. It's going to help with your liver, because there's something not right with the liver, and that's what I'm getting from that. And they're showing me your face, and they said that your skin has changed color, or you're looking in the mirror about your skin because you're constantly worried about your skin. So please get that sorted out as well. And I'll leave it there, but good luck and let us know. So, girls, any validations? You said, Rhonda, we have one?
Yes, we do, from Paula King. So, Thank you, and I smell Dad, and had dirty carpets from dogs in her old house. So I think we all picked up on that. And that he did want you to buy a house. So, and also beautiful validation on the numbers, Leslie, that the 14th her mum's birthday and the 16th her dad's birthday.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula.
Yes. So it was significant. That was Paula King.
Mm-hmm.
And did she say anything about Scott or Margaret?
No.
Okay, right. So keep that in mind, Paula, because I don't write down names or get names or numbers or anything for no reason. So keep that in mind as well. So we're going to go over to Helen Wilkinson, and she says, can she have a mediumship reading, please, about her son? Thank you.
Hi, Helen. Thank you for tuning in with us this evening. Immediately I get taken back to like snuggles, and just kind of sleeping in your bed and creeping out of bed to come and annoy you in the middle of the night and, just snuggle in with you. That's such a beautiful energy that sits there. And you know what's funny too, comes into my head, is a Toy Story movie as well. I'm not sure if that has any relevance to you or your son, but I'm going to share that with you because it's in my head. And it's funny because it took me all the way back to Toy Story 1. I know we're up to number 4. Toy Story is awesome. I like Toy Story.
Yeah, we had a fish called Buzz Lightyear and the other one was called Woody.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So,
sorry about that.
That's all right. My mind just went elsewhere. So, but what I want to say when I'm connecting in is just that beautiful energy that's there. Okay, and asking you to reach out and have that same support with others, and not necessarily the snuggling and creeping into your bed in the middle of the night by any means, but that support that comes in around you, reaching out, not to be afraid to talk. You carry a lot of burden on your shoulders, and I think you're a little bit like me. You don't sort of tend to reach out to people. You tend to just sort of process it all in yourself, and so we tend to let that build up a little bit. So I want to encourage you to really push that support out, okay, and asking you to pay a little bit more attention to yourself as well. There's almost that feeling there of I'll just say it the way that it is. It's there, but especially when we lose a child, we sometimes that's out of order. We feel like that is, and so we question sometimes what our worth is thereafter. And I want to just say to you that that's a big point that's there, and is no, your worth is absolutely 100% important. Okay, now wants to say thank you for showing me the grass around, and I feel like there's either a spot that you like to sit outside, or he is actually located in that cemetery where you go to sit. But it's interesting because I see a tree and I feel like he's showing me, and I'm cremated and the ashes are at home. Okay, so but wants just to connect in with you with that way, and just the dreams as well. I'm there, I'm connected with you. Now the dreams aren't a lot, okay? He goes, yeah, I know, but sometimes too when we look for something so hard, we don't see the forest for the trees as well, so really take with you moving forward a peacefulness that your son's energy is always around you. Those little signs that you see, I feel like there's a sign out in nature that you're seeing that's there, is that validation that he is around with you. And when we can sit with a level of faith with that, and I get it, I know it's not as easy as that, especially when it's with our children, but when we can take that level of faith, then it's kind of like opening the doorway a little bit wider for spirit to be able to connect in as well. It makes their messages a little bit clearer. You're doing absolutely everything right around that, but just to have that little bit of validation that he is there. The signs that you're seeing are definitely connected to him. and that he does that just for you. Okay. He's also talks about mum and dad. Okay. So you and dad, and that little bit of tension that's rising that's there. And he's just saying, it's almost like a circle that comes around, and is it worth it is what is running through my head. And so, it's like you're fighting the good fight, but, is anyone else there supporting you as well? And so just to be mindful of that. Okay. So thank you very much for connecting in, and I will pass you over.
Thanks, Helen. I had goosebumps with that reading because I also saw the tree that's been planted for him. I feel like there's something else you wanted to do around that tree or around that memorial. So you obviously visit the grave and you tidy that up and keep that beautiful. But I feel like the tree is more of a personal thing for you. And I do feel like you were going to do something else where that tree's planted. And I'm seeing your son's father and another woman and another man sort of being involved in that. So I'm feeling like for you not to be as isolated, I can see other people being brought into that to commemorate that. And I can see that their tears will flow with that, but it's going to be really worthwhile. Your son, I feel, was fascinated with crocodiles. I know that's a weird thing to pick up, but I'm seeing a lot of lizards around you. Lizards come across when he's around, and it's his way of saying that I'm okay. And either if the lizard's still, I'm relaxed and I'm okay. I'm also being told broken bones mended. So with the lizards, I feel like when the lizards are running, your son's playing, and when the lizards are still, your son's still. There's a place in Northern Territory called Adelaide River where you can go on a cruise and crocodiles jump out of the water. They basically dangle chickens and the crocodiles jump up. And the crocodiles are getting fatter over time, so they're jumping up not as high. So it's really quite funny. But, one of the boats has got a broken window and that sort of thing. So I feel like your son was fascinated with that sort of thing. And I'm actually seeing that lizards sort of are walking past you and jumping up. And I feel like that's your son saying, yeah, I got to see the jumping crocodiles. And it's really sort of a little unusual, but it's a bit quirky. But I'm feeling like that connection is with you. And if you're planning a trip to Northern Territory, I feel like go. It's just, you can go and you can see that and he'll be with you. So thank you so much, Helen.
Yeah, hi, Helen. What I got when Elizabeth was talking was your just a huge headache from your son, and I feel like it was on my left side, and I was quite dizzy. I couldn't even see my words when I was writing, and the back. I'm not sure if it's your back that's in pain or your son that's back was in pain as well with this passing as well. So I also see that you, and this is going to sound pretty awful, but when he was in hospital, you had to, wipe him down and look after him like he was a baby again. And he appreciates everything that you did for him. And I feel like that he, it's like, never ending sorrow for you. And I know this is painful, but and I always say this, that the sword is always sharper when it's closer to you, and it hurts like hell. And, he's saying to me, he doesn't want you to suffer. Like everyone has to grieve, and there's a certain amount of time to grieve, but he doesn't want you suffering. He says he wants you to, pick yourself up and try and make that, extra effort for yourself, Mum. He's saying like, he always loves you, and there's no doubt about that. But he's saying that the way that you're feeling right now is what he doesn't want to see you feel like that. And he says that that he what I mean. That's what he's saying to me. I also get the head area. I can't get away from that head area and the tension in the head space and the left side of your body as well. Not your body, his body, sorry. And I'll leave it there. So girls, we have a validation from Tanya Tunik, and she said, thank you, ladies. You are also right. She said, I have been feeling back pain this week and had bad energy around me. She said, love and light to you all. Thank you for that. And we've also got Scarlett. Did you read that one out earlier? Scarlett?
I did read Scarlett, yes.
Yeah, okay, great. So, girls, we're going to go over to Josephine Saldatus, sorry. I couldn't get that one out. She wants a general reading, and she says, welcome back, because she's come back to watch us again after a few weeks of disappearing. So thank you for coming back to us, Josephine. Let's go, girls.
Oh. Yeah, welcome back, Josephine. There we go, arguing over you again. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, Leslie said, welcome back, but my back started hurting tuning into your energy. And I'm feeling the need to sort of slow down and just take stock of things. It actually just feels like you're sort of in that momentum, in that energy where you've been in problem solving mode and you've had to do things. But I'm actually feeling that you're at the end of that phase. So although you're sort of really busy, things are sort of slowing down. And it almost feels like, Josephine, you feel guilty when you're slowing down or you're not needing to fix something, because you're a bit of a troubleshooter. You've really got a very practical mind kind of thing. But just enjoy the quiet times and just have a bit more of a balance. And I'm also being told to tell you to eat that ice cream. I don't know whether you're depriving yourself of ice cream or you're thinking of ice cream, but I'm seeing you with a big ice cream, and it's like you've just got a big smile and it's the most you've smiled in weeks kind of thing. So enjoy the ice cream, Josephine.
Absolutely. Enjoy. Coconut cream and frozen fruit's really nice ice cream too.
Wow.
Just saying.
Is that ice cream? Coconut cream.
Yeah, in the Nutribullet.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can't eat ice cream, so I put
it.
like 3/4 of a tin of coconut cream and then some frozen mango. I'll be honest, I put a splurge of vanilla essence in there as well.
Oh, yum.
And that comes out so nice and creamy, just like ice cream.
Oh my God, I've got to do that.
Yeah,
That
it's absolutely
awesome.
beautiful. It's very nice. Now, Josephine, when I tune in with your energy, it was funny because as they're talking about backs, I feel like you've been like slogging around the house and cleaning and, you know, doing the gardens and all of those kind of little bits and pieces that are there. So it's a good worker's energy, but absolutely, you know, try not to be so negligent with yourself. I always say, like, it's all good and well until it's not. So just be mindful of that. But I also want to say to you that I feel like there's an occasion coming up. I keep getting drawn around a birthday for you, like for a friend's birthday. So, you know, a barbecue, a dinner, that kind of feel that's there. And I feel that you've kind of been tossing up, you know, should I go or shouldn't I go? Should I make a big night out of it? You know, da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, much as Rhonda said that's there, take some time for yourself and really just, you know, enjoy that celebration, enjoy that time, enjoy the catching up with friends. There's an energy that's there that you're not overly keen on, but you know what? Somebody else's energy can only affect you as much as you allow it, okay? So don't write off, you know, like 10 moments of good happiness for one moment of frustration that's there. I don't see anything happening here or anything else like that either. In fact, they show me that you're quite a strong energy. I won't say exactly how they showed me, but you're a very strong person, and so don't feel that you're need to be intimidated by others. It's a nice neutral energy that sits there, okay? So just enjoy yourself. Enjoy. Stresses around work will settle soon, but the politics there, they say, will never, ever shift, okay? So I hope that all of that helps, and I will pass you over.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Swap 99.9.
The difference is the music.
The Sydney Psychic Medium team presents Readings to Remember live performances. With the power of our amazing psychic mediums, we convey messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel their energy flow through us. Our Readings to Remember live events will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with excitement and fascination, as our 2-hour shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station sponsor.
Sydney's West.
And welcome back to Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. You're with Rhonda Kelly, Elizabeth Bratcher, and myself, Leslie Spalaviro. And we just have a little update on the moon. So if you've just tuned in to us, we're international psychic mediums. We deliver messages from spirit to you. So if you have a question, go to our Facebook page and send us a question on our Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. So the moon update is, it's at 90% covered here in Grenfield, which is Lenny Dorr. Thank you, Lenny. Thank you for sharing our page as well. He says that the moon is 90% covered, girl, so I wish I was outside to watch that. But anyway, we're on air. So well done. We also have Kylie Richards, girls. So she said that she'd love to have a mediumship reading, please, because her best friend passed away around 6 years ago, and she'd love to hear from him, please.
Hi, thank you for joining us this evening. Gee, you guys were... Goober's the word of the week, and I don't know if you know what a goober is, but it's like someone that's silly and just, you know, just a spur of the moment, running on adventure, you know, all of that beautiful kind of energy that's there. And I feel like when I look at you, pair, the energy is just so playful and so enjoyable that I'll sit back and go, oh my God, check out these goopers, you know. And so just that I feel like that's what he wants you to hold on to, is the laughter, the fun, the connections, the silliness especially, and all the mischievous adventures that are there. I can see that you guys have gotten up to, lots of just fun little bits and pieces. And so to hold on to that as opposed to the passing and how the passing occurred, okay? Once spirit passes over, the physical pain, the physical duress, it's gone, okay? They do not take that with them. So he's asking you not to hold that there around him. Now, I feel like you've actually seen him. He shows me, and it is just a once that's there, but it's almost like, oh, wow, or you've seen someone that looks quite similar to him as well. It's almost like his energy's coming up and around you. Keep showing me signs as well. So I feel like you've either seen like a number plate, or he's specifically showing me a bus. And it's a blue and it's a white bus, and it's got an advertisement on the side of it that's there as well. So it's like you're seeing all these little signs around that he is still there. It tells me that you're quite intuitive as well. I feel like you've even been playing with like the tarot or the oracle cards and things like that too. He's asking you, to trust that intuition. You've got a girlfriend around you at the moment that's a little bit off balance, and you're well aware of this off balance, okay? He's asking you to honour that. Sometimes friends are for a reason, sometimes friends are for a season. And so, I'll pull the old duck out. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So just trust in that. You've got a really nice, kind heart, and I feel like you give people several chances over. Sometimes it needs to be just, the 1, the 2, the 3, see you later, I'm out. As they say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, okay? So just sort of keep that in mind with that energy that's there around. He's got a very protective energy over you. He's showing me a baby girl around you, okay? And there's a big, big smile on his face with that one as well. So I'll leave that there with you, and I will pass you over.
Thanks, Kylie. Yeah, look, you had a beautiful connection, and my best friend Robert's just come through, and he's confirmed that, he gave me away at my wedding. And I actually feel quite emotional tuning into that, because I know how much you miss him. He's your friend. Was really funny, but he also had a way about him that he could be very diplomatic to people, but direct when he needed to. And I feel like he spoke up for you, and you spoke up for him. So was that quite an interesting energy? And I'm also getting sort of past life connections that you had where you were soldiers and you went into battle together. So that's a really interesting connection, a really deep connection that you've got there. Sorry, I'm just feeling emotional with this because it's really resonated with me, the close connection. There's something about a celebration that you haven't finished, and I'm actually drawn to October last year or perhaps the year before. So whether it's sort of something that you're going to do in October and then you thought I'll do it October the following year, and this year I'm feeling like you're not thinking much of it, but he's really pushing you to do it, and it's coming across to you, Kylie, as one of those thoughts where it sort of nags you, or you think about it and you don't want to think about it, you want to push it out of your mind. But I feel like October this year is going to be when it happens, and it's perhaps sort of like a connection with an old friend or something like that. It's time to sort of clear the air around this female friend, and I feel like he knew this friend, but you've kind of let it go, but I'm feeling like he's going to push you two both back together to be friends again. And he's saying she won't be as good a mate as he was, because nothing could replace him, but he's wanting you to reconnect with that friend, Kylie. So thank you for that.
Yeah, there you go. Kylie, I got memorial, and I got, there's something that at home that you have that's significant around him. And I feel like that you also have something personal from him as well, like a piece of jewelry or some sort of little emblem or something that reminds you of him. I also get July around you, so July/August, so somewhere around that time, and also the 29th. So I feel like that was a special time for you and him to share something together, or that's a birth date or an anniversary. I can't quite see what that is at the moment. He's saying to me to tell you that you need to sort out your handbag because it's quite messy, he said. And he showed me the handbag, and it's quite a big handbag. It's not a small one. And she said that there's a photo. He said it's messy because you can't find the photo of him, or something in there is missing from him. So he said, tidy up your handbag and you'll know what I mean. He said, I'm also getting number 12 around you, and my nose is quite itchy, so I don't know what that is, and I need to say it because I don't usually just get an itchy nose for no reason. And we're taught that, you know, whatever senses or feelings or whatever you get when you're in flight of doing the reading, that we need to say it so that we can get rid of that feeling or that whatever it is that we're touching base with. So the number 12 I get with you, and also 1 and 2 is 3. So I want you to go and check out the 1, 2, 3. That's something significant to you. And I also get the car as well. So it looks like you've just bought a new car, or you want to buy a car. But he's saying look around and make sure that you do the right thing, or get some advice to help you with that, because he says that you're going to get ripped off. And I can see the pennies coming in, but there's more pennies going out than actually what's coming in. So be aware of that as well. And I'll leave it there. So we also have girls. We've got our dear friend Lenny Dorr. He said that he's got an opportunity to expand his spiritual horizons. He said, will it be successful? So let's do a quick one on that one and move to the next question.
I just want to say, Lenny, that look, there's opportunity in this for you, but somebody's lining their pockets before they're lining yours. Okay. And so just to be mindful of that and move forward. I do feel like there's some opportunity within it for you. However, I feel like you're more of a piece of a puzzle than it actually being directed towards you. Okay. So move forward, but definitely walk with caution. Okay. I'll pass you over to Rhonda.
Yeah, Lenny, that's exactly what I felt. And it's, I'm feeling like not necessarily this opportunity, but the next one's going to be more aligned for you. And just be very sort of specific about what you want to take from this opportunity, what you want to personally gain from it, what you want to learn, what you want to gain or experience. And as long as that's satisfied, then go with this opportunity. Otherwise, wait for the next one, Lenny. So thank you for that.
Yeah, Lenny, I agree with the girls as well. And, I get cautious around this opportunity. I feel like that the benefit is not just for you, it's for the other party. And I feel like they're showing me 65% of the other party as well. So, and this, sometimes, when people give you an opportunity, it doesn't mean it's always necessarily going to be good for you. Just because it's an opportunity opens another window, but there could be a message. So watch out for the red flags. That's what I'm seeing. Just red flags. Just watch out for that. And you control what's going on. Don't let them control you. That's what I get. So we have a validation, Liz, do we?
We do, from Helen. So thank you, Helen. I appreciate you sending that in. She said that thank you for the mediumship reading. The cuddles and Toy Story brought back memories from a long time ago. The trees and grass I'm not sure of, but we are looking for a place for his memorial plaque this weekend, so it may be a future thing, and his ashes are at home. The crocodile stories in North Queensland were a thing, as is the tension with his dad. He was sick with cancer for 3 years and in and out of hospital, and I know he appreciated everything, and I will try to live life to the full, as that's what he did and what he would want. And it's interesting, Helen, since I've read your feedback, that's all I've got stuck in my head now is the theme song from the first Toy Story. He's got a friend in me. So,
can you sing that again?
Yeah, you told me I couldn't sing last time I sang.
So, I don't think any of us can sing. That's why we do this.
I did want to share it though, because just that song in particular, the words in it that's there, like I can't recall all of the words right this moment, but I just feel like if you actually sit and listen to the words, it's very reflective of even his attitude towards life and the way that he took care of people and things. So yeah, thank you very much for your feedback, Helen.
Yeah, so there you go. Thank you, Helen. So, girls, we have a full moon, I believe. Oh, what have we got here?
Can I do one more?
Yep, sure. Let's go.
Josephine. So Josephine, spot on my back is always killing me. I push till I can't push no more. We've recently had to move temporarily into my parents' home, and I do feel guilty, as my mum is doing everything while I'm at work. As for ice cream, my mum keeps saying, eat the ice cream, as she is trying to lose weight.
Thanks, Mum.
And that's literally what I got told, eat the ice cream.
Go to the coconut cream. We have my daughter's wedding coming up, and we're stacking on the weight. And I did fall asleep. Leslie didn't read me. It went to commercial.
Okay.
And did I fall asleep? Oh,
Didn't I come back to her?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, straight after the commercial.
Yeah, so Josephine, go back and listen to what I said. I don't even remember what I said now. I'm in flight, so
absolutely.
So sometimes, I don't know if you girls remember everything that you say when you're in flight. No. So if I did, I think I'd go crazy. But yeah, we can't remember everything that we do and say because there's just so many readings. We do hundreds. So we're going to go over, girls, to Kyra George. She said her pop passed away 5 years ago. She said she never got to say goodbye to him as she was in hospital. So is there any messages that Pop wants to give Kyra, please?
Hi, Kyra. Thank you for joining us this evening. The first thing that I do want to say to you is to not hold any guilt or remorse around with that, okay? It's unfortunately, it happens a lot where not everyone that loves this person can be with them when they pass, but personal beliefs and opinions, but I do believe that Spirit has an opportunity once they pass to share their energy around, to check in on everybody and, all of that kind of stuff. It's almost like, the final farewell as we have a wedding and everyone kind of, shakes hands and walks out the door if they're still doing that these days. I literally have not been to a wedding in like 20-something years. But, that's that feel that he gives me around. So he's asking you not to just to worry about that, okay? Now he's talking to you about your self-discipline, okay? Not saying that it's bad, but to pick it up a little bit. There's things that like the procrastination and little things that's there, okay? And you're seeing the effects of what this procrastination does. And so he's asking you to pay mind and attention to that because it's very easy to brush something off and go, it doesn't matter so much. However, it doesn't matter so much this time and the next time and the next time and the next time. And so, come the end of that, we've, lost several months of productivity or things that we could have been and things that we should have been. So just to take that into mind to, I know I get that procrastination is often accompanied with self-doubt. So, just work on that side of things. It's there. The facts and figures are there in front of you. The proof is in the pudding, okay? That's what he says. The proof is in the pudding. It's interesting too. It'll be interesting to see where your pop's from. When I said the proof's in the pudding, he put a coin in it. I believe that's a UK thing. That's there, is it? But so pop that in there. So I'll just share that with you as well. And the fruitcake. Oh, you know what? I'm going to say he loved fruitcake. He's all over the cake since I've mentioned the cake. That's all I can see now. So, a nice little playful energy that's there as well. Now, I do know that your pop has connected to you in your dreams, okay? I do feel like he's showing me that there's been one in particular. So I just want to validate that around for you as well. And he's asking you to be careful in the bathroom. There's a slippery spot. So I'm not sure if you're, if it's in the bath where you're standing there and showering, that it's quite slippery or that you don't have a towel on the floor, because he's asking, to put a towel there on the floor. And I think you'll find that your pop was a little bit, not OCD by any others, but, quite, the word I normally use, I can't say. So, quite pedantic about having a towel on the floor and pedantic about not letting water leak out, all of those kind of little bits and pieces, but was around the safety side of things that's there. So he's just drawing attention around with that, okay? And just for giggles as well, because I feel like that was in your pop's energy and he's letting me do it. He's not watching you in the shower. I just want to validate that, okay? But he's looking at your safety around that area, okay? So I'll leave that with you and pass you over.
Thanks, Kira. Yeah, your pop was certainly a character and you really loved going to visit him, and I'm seeing other kids around, other children in the family as well. I'm seeing two women, two girls and a boy, an older boy that were around, either siblings or cousins with that pop. My left ear was particularly ringing, but also both my ears were ringing, and I feel like he was hard of hearing and used to play jokes on him. And, you thought that was funny at the time, but thinking back, you probably thought you probably shouldn't have done that. But, he's okay with that. He just, he knows that was your way of expressing your childlike energy, and he loved you regardless, kind of thing. It was interesting when Elizabeth was talking about the water on the shower, because my feet were cold. That was the first thing I picked up. And I just don't feel like he liked having cold feet, and he liked everything, a place for everything and everything in its place in the house. So he liked things a certain way. And I feel like that came from his childhood of sort of having or not having access to things he had until he was able to. So there was a feeling of sort of being of a disconnect or being away from his home for a period of time when he was younger. But yeah, a lot of love there. And he's saying that he also dims the light. So like you would play jokes on him not hearing you, he sort of plays jokes on your vision. So he'll sort of dim the light. So, and I feel like It's when you've got more than one thing going on. So you'll be watching the TV, say, with the light dimmed, and the light will flash and it'll annoy you, and you'll turn the light off, but then you'll find the TV too bright. So you're a little bit similar to your pop in a way that things annoy you if things are not in a place. So that's actually him just sort of playing a little joke on you just because he can. But yeah, there's a lot of love for you, Kira. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Kira. When Elizabeth was talking, I had a really bad taste in my mouth. I also feel something not right with the stomach area for your pop as well. And they're showing me that his stomach was quite large and he'd swelled up a bit before he passed. And I don't mean to upset you with that, but he's saying, you know, he's really proud of you. You've done everything that he thought you would actually do. And he says, you know what I mean by that. He says it wasn't your fault, you know, that you were unwell in hospital, unlike he was unwell as well. He said he never looked after his health. It's his fault that he actually deteriorated because he should have been going to the doctor because he was quite stubborn and he didn't like to go to the doctor. He's also showing me his feet, and I don't know what he means by that. And he's showing me, it looks like he's to me, from a hospital perspective in the bed, he looks like his feet had some sort of gangrene or something not right with his legs. That's what he showed me. He showed me circulation and swelling and things like that around his legs. So I'm not sure exactly if that was, you know, part of a diabetic issue or I actually feel it was part of a diabetic issue going forward. So, and he's also saying to me the number 5, he said that when I wrote down 5 years ago, I also got the number 5 with you. So that is significant to you, or the 5th. So it's either the 5th month or the 5th date. So look that up. If there's nothing that resonates with you now, just keep that in mind. I also get the number 12 to 13 as well. So 1 and 2 is 3, and 3 and 1 is 4. So could be 34. So look them numbers up as well for the angel numbers for the 12 and the 13 for me as well, please. And he's saying to me, never mind what happened. He said, your memories of him are fond because he didn't want you to see him pass the way he passed. So if you would have, it would have been even more traumatic for you. As much as you feel the regret or you feel that you're guilty of not being there, you couldn't help it. There's nothing you could do. So he wants you to know that, and he wants you to know that he did not want you to see him the way he was. He wanted you to remember him the way he was before you got sick yourself. And it was, you know, Spirit does things in funny ways to make sure that, you know, you don't get to see the worst of something that happens with people. So, and that's what I believe what's happened with you was Spirit pushing you away so that you didn't get to see the worst of your granddad. And I'll leave it there. But he, you know, he says he loves you, and that's pretty much, you know, what I'm getting at the moment. So I'll leave it there. We've got another lady, Tony Wickham. She said that she wants a general reading. She said, and she wants to come to our show. So yes, please come to our show. Now, if anybody else would like to see us live in person, we will be at Winston Hills on Monday, the 28th of June. It's between 7 and 9 o'clock. You can find out all our information on our Facebook page, Psychics on Radio, Angels on Air. And do we have another validation, girls? Was there any more validations? I thought I saw you wrote that down.
I don't think so at the moment, no.
So we're up to the full moon outside. I'm gathering that it's probably, you know, about 20 minutes ago it was at 90%. So I'm gathering now it'll probably be about, you know, 95%, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It'll be about 95%, yes. So we also do private readings. So if you'd like to get into contact with us and have a private one-on-one reading with us, you can do that by contacting us on our Facebook page and then just asking, you know, or asking which psychic or telling us which psychic you want to read, and we'll just pass the messages on. So we also have lots of validations come through in messages that I get as well, but some of them are too personal to read on air. So if you have a validation and you don't want it to be read on air, you can send it to us in a messenger. However, we prefer you just to do the basic form on our live feed so that we can see that we're on the right track. If you have referrals or anybody that you'd like to refer to us, you know, go for it. So that's all I can say. So we've got another lady. We've got, did I say Tony Wickham? Yeah, Tony Wickham for a general reading. And she said that she wants to come to our show. So go for it, girls.
Hi, Tony. Thank you for joining us this evening. Your energy is actually really nice to have on board. I want to say to you, there's I almost feel like there's a collaboration between friends going on here, and it may absolutely have something to do with business, or it may just be like an event organisation. You know, there's a big anniversary, a big event, birthday, that it's like a significant, okay? Significant is the word that I hear around it. You know what the old saying is about too many cooks in the kitchen? Okay, so just make sure if you're feeling a little bit of tension around that, or you're feeling like there's too much energy kind of, you know, on one side and not enough on the other, just to sit down and make sure everything's sort of shared out equally, okay? It throws it all through. Now, your work, you feel like you're quite busy at work, you feel like you're an organizer, you know, manager, all of that kind of energy that's there. So definitely utilize some of those skills. But I feel like there's something new coming into work around you. I don't necessarily want to give you a new job, but something new coming in around you. It's a new responsibility, you know, perhaps even a promotion that's there, and it's encompassing now some extra staff beneath you. So, you know, enjoy that process that sits there. Now, I feel interesting. I'm quite drawn to your car, which is, it's throwing me off. Like, you can probably hear my voice stumbling. All I'm doing is driving your car, I feel like I'm doing. So I want to say to you, just be mindful. It's like there's a problem with something, and it's not like danger or anything else like that, but the message that they give me is, I'm not sure how long you've been with your mechanic for, but just make sure you can trust them. Get a second opinion, okay? Get a second opinion if any problems arise on the car. So I'll leave that there with you, and I'll pass you over.
Just 1 second.
SWA
99.9.
The difference is the music.
The Sydney Psychic Medium team presents Readings to Remember live performances. With the power of our amazing psychic mediums, we convey messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel their energy flow through us. Our Readings to Remember live events will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with excitement and fascination, as our 2-hour shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station sponsor.
SWA 99.9.
Someone who writes lists, and you write letters really well as well, by the way, but you're very dynamic. I'm really getting sore arms tuning into your energy, sort of the forearms, like you've overdone something at the gym. You know, you've sort of
Sorry, can I interrupt you? Can you start again? Because I pressed the buttons here, but they clearly didn't get pressed down too hard enough, so we missed the first bit. Sorry, just go back to the first bit.
Sure.
Sorry.
Is it going now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Tony.
I can hear you.
Hi, Tony. Yeah, tuning into your energy, I felt all hyped up and all excited, and I was writing lists, and you're very dynamic, you're very go-getter, and I had sore arms, like you're sore from the gym of doing that exercise. When I used to go to the gym, I know what I used to do, and it used to hurt sort of my arms. So I feel like that's what you've done. But I'm also feeling a need for a bit of balance and changing the way you're communicating, because not everyone thinks as quickly as you, and you've got to you've got to be receptive and also be open to what you're hearing, because I feel like you're sort of a bit too focused and you don't hear all the information given to you. But yeah, that's what I'm getting, Tony. But you're on the way to achieving what you want to, Tony. Thank you.
Yeah, Tony, hi. We hope we see you at our show. I also get for you, Tony, 13 and 11. I get 11, 12, and 13. So these numbers have been popping up all night for me. So this is almost the same numbers as earlier. I also get they're saying hairbrush or hairdresser or something like that. So I feel like if you've not just had your hair done, or you're a hairdresser, then go and get your hair done, because they're saying to me, you're looking a bit shabby at the moment. I don't mean that in a bad way, but they're saying look after yourself, in other words. So go there and make sure you do your nails, go and get your hair done, go and have a facial, go and look after yourself, because you need that at the moment. And they're saying to me that you don't feel as good as you normally do, because you're not looking completely after yourself at the moment. I also see you driving in the car, and the car, it's sort of like it's in automatic mode driving itself. I feel like that. Can you hear that noise?
A train.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I thought it was a ghost. I was freaking out then. I was going, oh my God, I hope I'm not the only one that's hearing this. Oh, good, thank God for that. And I feel like that this car, it's like you're looking in the revision mirror, looking behind your back all the time and just constantly overlooking things. And they're telling me that, it's being overcautious, which is great. And, you don't have risks. However, the cautiousness is slowing you down. So pull back the reins a bit on that and just start, opening the doors up for things with opportunities for you at the moment. Okay. So, and I'll leave it there. I also get a garden and like a veggie patch and flowers. So it looks like you're either getting flowers or you've just had flowers, or there's looks like a veggie patch to me, a garden of veggie patches or flowers as well. I can just see them. And I'll leave it there. So girls, any other validations do we have?
Just from Lenny saying that we're awesome. We're popular and hardworking, reliable and ethical psychics.
Oh, thank
you, Lenny.
Thank you, Lenny.
Yes.
You've always got something really nice to say about us. Also, we have Yowie Bay. So Rach Rara is in Yowie Bay, and we've also got people from Pagewood and Bosley Park. We've also just want to say hello to our top fans. So Jessica from New Zealand, Nicole Byers, Annette Clark, Natasha Davies, and Katie Health. We've also got a show coming up not this Monday night, Monday, the 28th of June. And that night is going to be something significant. I can feel there's going to be good energy around that place there. I don't know why. I've just got a good energy coming along with that place there. So join us there on our third show. And if you have a referral, if you would, or like a psychic reading from any one of us, you can contact us on our messenger or any other way. Go to our Facebook pages. You know who we are. So you can also come along and see us at our shows. So we'll just do one more reading, girls, and then we will say goodbye. So we have Cheyenne Dorr. She said, can she have a general reading? She said it's her first reading. I can't quite read your words there, Rhonda. What does that say?
That's
first reading.
First reading.
What does that say there up on the right-hand side?
First reading, yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
So let's go with that one, girls.
Good evening, Lucky Last. Thank you very much for watching. I know you've been very patient and holding on there. I want to say to you that the loss that's there around, okay, take all the little signs and everything else that sits with you as that beautiful validation and connection that was there, okay? There's a lot of gentle energy that sits there with it, and it's interesting. I feel like the electricity has been playing up around you as well. They're showing me the lights, okay? That's absolutely spirit. They're wanting you to know. There's a beautiful grandmother energy that comes through and connects as well and shows that they're holding Bub safe, okay? So just know that they're in a good place, they're in a safe place. And I will leave it there and pass you over to Rhonda.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm feeling like you get it's just a feeling like sometimes you run on adrenaline, your fingers get tingly, like you've sort of really got to take a step back and look after yourself and sleep and eat properly and sleep properly and all that sort of thing. And the loss, it feels like it's not sort of necessarily spoken about, or like you can't find the words, but that don't sort of put any time pressures on yourself for that. That's the words are going to come when they need to, when you need to get it out. So you're still holding on to a lot of that, and you always will. But I'm just feeling like don't just allow it to happen when it happens. There's no time frames, and there's no and don't compare yourself to others or anything like that. So that's what I'm feeling, Cheyenne.
Yeah, hi, Cheyenne. I just feel that there's a lot of pressure from other people with expectations on you, and I also feel that the expectations of you to deliver, the way you're feeling about different things, and losses in your family and losses with yourself and things like that. I don't want to go into too much information, but I just feel that the prayers that you're going to send out from this point forward is going to make a significant difference for you and your family. Okay, so it's a tough time right now, and I feel like that you're slowly getting your feet out of the bed, you're slowly getting your head out off the pillow, and you're slowly getting to the shower. Like it's a fresh start for you, and I feel like you can. It's just the motivation is not there clearly, but the part that you're missing is yourself trying to get yourself up and out of there as well. So pull back the reins on, having different beliefs with other people. So pull back the reins there and keep it to yourself. But, you're entitled to grieve. You're entitled to do everything. And what you do for yourself is purely up to you and your business. So, don't take any prisoners is what I'm getting as well. So don't take any answers or any, differences from other people or opinions that upset you. So just pull them all aside, and I'll leave it there. Thank you. And good night, everybody. So we are live again next week at 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. and we'll see you then. Thank you.
Bye.
The difference
is the music. SWA 99.9.
The Sydney Psychic Medium team presents Readings to Remember live performances. With the power of our amazing psychic mediums, we convey messages from spirit as we see, hear, and feel their energy flow through us. Our Readings to Remember live events will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with excitement and fascination, as our 2-hour shows will last a lifetime of memories. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Station